Graphic novels like these no longer allowed in school libraries in Alberta. The government says books containing what they define as explicit sexual content must be removed.
This was prompted by concerns that have been raised to me about highly graphic sexual content that had been found on school library shelves, which my staff later verified to be true.
The minister says non-explicit sexual content, defined as a depiction of sexual acts that is not detailed or clear, will be allowed only in grades 10, 11, and 12.
School boards must also regularly review their school library collections, publish a full list of all available materials, and ensure that a staff member supervises student access to school library materials.
A statement from the NDP's education critic agreed that school materials should be age appropriate, but said educators and librarians should be trusted to make those decisions, not the government. Our kids don't need political theater and press conferences about books. They need teachers, EAs, and a government that actually funds public education, Amanda Chapman told City News. The minister confirmed that no additional funding will be provided to screen books or develop new policies.
This is classic government mishandling. They like to put a problem out there, create a solution to that problem, then provide no funding whatsoever, and then put it on the backs of schools and school leaders to make this happen.
The government says content about biological functions will be permitted, as well as anything deemed religious text. The changes do not apply to municipal libraries within schools or material selected by teachers.
If a passage or image isn't appropriate for the front page of a newspaper or a billboard on the side of the highway, then it shouldn't be available to students in K-12 learning environments.
Critics say the rules target diverse communities and could harm gender or sexual minorities, but the government and its validators deny that.
This policy is about ensuring children are not exposed to inappropriate sexual content. It is not about erasing LGBTQ stories, and it is not about banning books that have LGBTQ themes.
The restricted books must be removed by October, and school authorities need to enact compliant policies by January. The government wouldn't say what any penalties might be for non-compliance. From Edmonton, Sean Amato, City News.
Rent is going up by more than $200 for some Albertans who rely on provincial disability payments and live in community housing. Some concerned this is happening at the same time the province is clawing back a $200 federal disability benefit for those on AISH.
I've received some emails stating that my rent is going to go up, and this really is mentally, for me, frustrating.
Kaveen Shakeldon lives in community housing in Calgary and relies on funding from the Assured Income for the severely handicapped, telling me for her and others in the same situation, the rent increase comes at a time when those on provincial benefits are already being stretched to their financial limits.
Like electricity or food, for example, I have celiac disease. And grocery would be the only option I would say that I can lower as from my expenses list. Other things is a must pay.
I reached out to the province to ask why. In a statement, a spokesperson for the Ministry of Assisted Living and Social Services telling me the province is changing the way income is assessed for Albertans on benefits, adding that according to the Canada Mortgage and Housing Association, housing is considered affordable if it makes up 30% of a household income, adding in part, quote, currently in Alberta, there are inequalities between renters who earn their income through employment and those who receive tax-free government benefits. People with employment income are paying 30% of their adjusted income for rent, while people who receive government benefits are currently paying about 17% of their income. It comes as the same time the province is clawing back a $200 per month federal disability benefit.
It's frustrating and it's kind of hard to take because that $200 is meant to help lift us out of poverty.
Tara Patterson lives on AISH. While Ottawa has rolled out a $200 a month federal disability benefit, those who qualify in Alberta won't see the money in their bank accounts. In May of this year, Minister Jason Nixon defending the move at the time, saying Alberta has the highest AISH payments in the country at over $1,900 per month. Nonprofit lawyers who help Albertans apply for provincial disability benefits telling me it can be a confusing and costly process for those trying to receive assistance.
The AISH Act Act or the AISH legislation, AISH recipients do have to avail themselves, or at least try to avail themselves, of any other social benefits that could potentially reduce their overall benefit they get from AISH. And so, of course, there's added anxiety and added physical need to transport to get to these doctors.
The rent increases are expected to go up October 1st. Reporting from Edmonton, Darcy Ropchan, City News.